just running wild. Dudes switching sets all crazy. Dudes coming in crip, turning blood, all type of wild shit, right? Now you could do that. You could do that, but as soon as you go up north, as soon as you get sentenced and you go up north, the Bloods is shutting all of that shit down.
Just walking in the house in my road, gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty in a whole lot of vagina. Eat a boozer with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube make it chip, shiver like the one they do.
See me with the crew, I had to get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move,
Started. Please don't get me started. Please don't get me.
Man, I know you see me looking good in this apparel right here. This is Levels and Lengths, brought to you by Made in Paris Apparel, man. If you want to drip like this, go ahead and contact them based off of what you see on the left side of your screen or the right side of your screen, man. Holla. What up, y'all? It's Nobody, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, with another Rikers Island story, man. And this is about how, I don't know how it goes outside of New York City, so I can only speak on what I've seen and what I personally know from New York City in regards to Rikers Island and all jails, right, within New York City. And that's the fact that when you growing up in New York City, you may be any particular little street gang, right? See, the gang stuff in New York City, speaking as someone who definitely used to participate in a lot of this stuff, it's real like convoluted, it's real like mixy, right? It's mixy, you know what I'm saying? It's very, very mixy. And what you'll realize is that everybody might be some type of gang that they created with their mans, or that they joined that was created on their block. But here's the thing though. Bloods and Crips, primarily the Bloods, they shutting all that shit down once you go up north. Once you get sentenced and you go up north, the Bloods is shutting all that shit down, man. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I need people to understand, right, that the politics of the street culture and the gang culture, right, it's not for everyone. Like, if you're watching this video right now, it's probably not for you, man. It's very dangerous, man. It's real fucking dangerous, man. Bad things can happen to you. I'm gonna explain it to you like this, right? In the Bronx, you got many different street gangs, right? You got YG, JAG, OY, OGs, right? ATG in Harlem, ABG in Brooklyn, a whole lot more different little gangs that I can't think of right now, or that I don't know even exist right now, right? But at the same time, right, because of the heavy influence of the Bloods and Crips in New York City, right, especially the Bloods, right, biggest gang in New York City, chances are you became whatever little street set you got, whatever little street set you are, chances are your whole hood was Blood or Crip before that, right? So, for instance, I grew up Park Avenue, Cortlandt Avenue, right? Before CAG and OGs came into play, we was already heavily influenced by the Bloods, even to the point where before I realized what I was doing, I was 13, 14, 15 years old. We would run into our boys. And as a regular handshake, as a regular high five, we was throwing up blood. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. But that's just some regular that we was doing, right? So here's the thing when it come into play. You repping whatever you repping. Now you go to Rikers Island, right? You go to Rikers Island, we young, especially if you're not OTs, right? OTs is 19 and older, right? Where the older dudes have a heavier influence on the adolescents. This is why adolescence, right, when I was in C-74, was so wild, because the older big homies of whatever blood and gang sets that there was, they was not around us. So you got a bunch of 16 to 19-year-olds just running wild. Dudes switching sets all crazy. Dudes coming in crip, turning blood, all type of wild shit, right? Now you could do that. You could do that, but as soon as you go up north, as soon as you get sentenced and you go up north, the Bloods is shutting all of that shit down. They shutting all of that down, man. You get up around the older dudes and the big homies of these sets, right? Crip sets and Blood sets, but more focus on the Blood sets, because the Bloods have the most power as far as gangs in New York City, right? The Bloods have the most numbers. The Bloods have the most active members in all these jail systems, right? By number, right? The Bloods have more violent people by default, right? So you could be YG. You could be OY, right? Whatever you was while you was on Rikers Island. When you get up north, like I said, the Bloods is shutting that down. The big homie of your set gonna be like, yo, listen, what you jacking? Hey, yo, listen, you got 24 hours to pick what side you on, man. We not having none of this YG Blood stuff. We not having this other miscellaneous street gang set that you helped get lit, right? Because you was a part of it, right? Because, you know, to a certain extent, I view like most street gangs, especially in the Bronx, that was started by younger people after the Bloods already existed, they're kind of like the younger rebellious brother of the Bloods, right? Or like the sons of the Bloods, because before that gang already started, you was already influenced by the Bloods. You might have already been Blood, or your older brother already was Blood, or your father, or just your whole neighborhood was Blood and or Crip already, right? But they shutting it down. They're like, yo, listen, you got 24 hours to pick a side, or it's lit for you. You'll be faced with a series of unfortunate events. Now, here's the thing, right? It's most dudes, right? They not even gonna want to risk that type of smoke, that type of static, because let's be real, you talking about Bloods. You talking about a real like army, like a nation of people. These is thousands, hundreds of thousands, right? Millions of people, right? Right? In any jail, you're talking about thousands of people. These are thousands of opportunities for somebody to do something bad to you if you offend one person with enough power and enough say-so to have something happen to you. The rare instances, right, where I've heard of or I've seen the Bloods dealing with somebody who was jacking blood in another thing, one, you had to be super cloudy, super clouded up, super official, right? You had to have hurt a whole lot of people to get to that point, right? Right? Maybe you locked up for attempt on murder, right? That's for one. Two, you had to have been one of the originators of whatever extra street set you jacking on top of jacking Blood or Crip or whatever's going on. Those are the rare situations where there may not be no issues because of that, right? You had to be like an originator of this situation, you know what I'm saying? You had to be like an originator. Other than that, most people who's involved with these extra street sets that's not Blood or Crip, they joined in because they just wanted to be down. So when the big homies be like, yo, listen, you gotta choose, they gonna choose. And they gonna choose to roll with the Bloods and roll with the Rush or get crushed. That's exactly what goes on, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what goes on. And who could blame them? You really want to get hurt over something that really don't matter to you? Something that you joined while you was in jail? That started in somebody else's hood? And their numbers ain't bigger than the Bloods. It ain't like you could go to war with them, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, I'm not like meat sucking the Bloods, you know what I'm saying? I'm just stating the facts. I'm not blind, feel me? I was there, I seen it happen, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's the way you want to go about it. Now there's also, and I can only personally speak on what I know, there's situations where certain young gunners, they chose to rock with YG over the Blood stuff. Some of them was official. They ain't deal with the aftermath for that, you know what I'm saying? Their name was solidified. Other dudes got jumped, stabbed, faces slashed, you know what I'm saying? It just be like that. And my thing is this, to end this video. After hearing all this, do you really want to be in the gang? Is that what you really want? Being in the gang is you serving a master. And this is why bad things happen when you jacking like Blood or Crip and something else. It's because you cannot serve two masters. You can only serve one master. So whatever gang you repping, that's your God. God don't like when you try to jack other gods and you try to worship other gods. This is why bad things happen. This is exactly why bad things happen. So my question is to you watching this video. Is this something that you really want to be a part of? Do you think it's smart? You realize that having a big homie is like having like a daddy, right? Call him your big homie, right? It's like you calling him daddy. He got authority over you. He can make you do things you don't want to do, right? Is that the life you want to live? I was never a good gang member. Why? Because I wasn't good at following orders. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm not a gang member now. Like, share, comment, subscribe, peace.